Welcome back to another piano expressive session. Let's build on what we've already learned. First, check in with your posture. Make sure your back is straight, your neck is long, your shoulders are relaxed, your feet are flat on the floor, your forearms are angled down towards the keys or level with the keys, and you've got lovely relaxed wrist, dome-shaped hands and strong curved fingers. You're also feeling positive and ready to focus on learning some new skills. Last time we looked at your interaction with the keys, engaging your hearing, moving smoothly between keys and creating those lovely flowing coordinated hand gestures, engaging your imagination to hear the music in your head before it comes pouring out of your fingers, and we looked at starting to shape our musical phrases by incorporating various dynamics like gradually louders and gradually softers, maybe some tenutos and some accents to give emphasis to our phrase. We played the short piece on the ice. Today we're going to look at incorporating character into our music. Here's today's tune. It's entitled Jolly Ganders. Let's have a look at the piece as a whole and get some idea about the character we're going to try and create when we play this little tune. You can see that we're in 4/4 time, so we're counting 4 beats in a bar. We've got both hands reading in the treble again. We've got alternating playing, left hand first, then right hand, left hand, right hand. The first section is only played once. In the second half of the piece, we've got alternating playing again, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. And you can see that there's some repeat dots in the second half of our piece, indicating that once we've played that second part through once, we need to go back to the preceding double dots at the beginning of that second half and play the second half again. So in a nutshell, we're playing the first half once and we're playing the second half twice. That's the nuts and bolts of the piece, but what about the character? Let's have a look at the sheet music and see if we can pick up some clues about the character that we're going to try and elicit when we play this little tune. You can see from the words that we've got 2 little goosey ganders, which are male geese, out having a play by the oleander bushes, and they're both quite jolly and quite happy to be out there playing. You can see that the tempo indication at the beginning of the music is lively. So this piece really needs to be a jolly, happy, lively piece about a couple of little birds outside having a play. Here's my demo. And that's my Jolly Ganders. Let's have a look at the sheet music in more detail. In the first half of the piece, you can see that we're playing our left hand, beginning on F with our second finger, and in that bar we're going straight down a little 4-note run, down to middle C. And you can see again, I'm concentrating on using my relaxed wrist as I press the keys down and make a nice lyrical sound down towards that middle C. Then the right hand takes over, and with the second finger it's playing 2 G's. That little motif is repeated again, exactly the same, starting on F with your second finger in the left hand, nice relaxed wrist, all detached down the way to that middle C, and finishing with your right hand pressing down with your arm weight, those 2 G notes. It would seem to me that we've got 2 little ideas in the first part of that little tune. Just the first one, and it's repeated. So how are we going to put some character into that little first part to indicate that we've got some jolly ganders? Well, I decided that seeing we've got a little motif that's repeated, the first time I would play it moderately loudly, and then the second time I'd play it as a little echo or do it moderately softly. So in my mind, I've got my 2 little geese playing. One's quite boisterous and quite happy, and one's quite timid. The boisterous one has a go at something, and then the little timid one has a go at something. That's what my imagination has come up with for this little tune anyway. So the first phrase I'm going to do as a little MF, and the repeated phrase I'm going to do as an MP or a little echo. Let's have a look at the second half of the piece. Lots of alternating playing going on. We're starting with an F and finger 2 in our left hand, and then up to 2 A's with your third finger, and then back to the F in that first bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the second bar, we're on an E with our third finger, and then 2 G's with our right hand, back to the E. So we've got a little pattern where we're just playing thirds with our right and left hands, and then moving down to the third below. And then the left hand finishes off. And you can see the composer's indicated to do a little bit of a decrescendo when we play those middle Cs. So the second one's not quite as deep. And we have to play that twice. And again, for my character, for my story, I'm going to play the first one quite deeply, moderately loud, and when I do the repeat, again I'll do the echo. And in my mind, that's the big boisterous goose having a go at something, and then the quieter goose having its turn. That second half then, for me, will look something like this. Have a pause and have a play of Jolly Ganders. Focus on your interaction with the keys, that relaxed wrist movement, pressing the keys down with the weight of your arm going through your relaxed wrist and into your curved fingers. Engage your hearing, listen to the sound that's coming out of the piano. Make sure you move smoothly between your keys and you create those lovely flowing hand gestures so that we can't really tell when one hand stops playing and the other starts playing. Engage your imagination and hear the music in your head before it comes pouring out of your fingers, and shape your phrases to create your own character for this little piece of music. My interpretation is just a suggestion. It's not the right way or the only way to interpret this little tune, but it's the way that I have chosen to interpret this little tune. And that's the wonderful thing about music. We could give this little tune to lots and lots of pianists and they would all play it slightly differently, because music, playing the piano, is a creative endeavour. And everyone's version of Jolly Ganders will be different. So have a pause and have a play and create your own version of this jolly little tune. That's it for this session. Make sure that you have a think about what we've covered a few times between now and next time we sit down and play together, to really cement what you've learned into your brain and into your fingertips. See you next time, where we'll continue to create and shape some more musical phrases.